Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's layout sketch is this one right here. It does have 4 photos across the top, and then the prompt for today is paper tearing. So I do have 4 photos that I am going to trim down. There's a lot of kind of stuff that really doesn't need to be there. These are photos from Pandora in Animal Kingdom. And then I've pulled out some funky papers. I've got this blue glitter paper, this black and white kind of tropical foliage. I have this purple essence. I don't know what to call it. It's got like this blue evanescence kind of thing going on. I don't know. It's like a fabric. I have some black cardstock. I have some flowers and some Nuvo drops because I liked this combination so much on a layout I did recently, and the 5th in Monaco paper pad. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I am going to figure out what the heck papers I want to use for this layout and which position I want them in. Now, I can't use that fabric paper as any of my torn paper edges because it is really difficult to tear it, but I do decide I'm going to add a couple extra tears in this layout. I trimmed down my photos. Now in the sketch, I believe these are 2 1/4 by 3 inch, but I think mine are 3 by 3 1/2, I want to say. So I go ahead and, no, not 3 by 3 1/2, let's do 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. Because I feel like I made them a little bit larger than what the sketch called out. So I have this with that torn edge border here at the bottom, and then I'm going to go ahead and tear some more. So I decide that this kind of black and white tropical page is going to be that center portion of the layout. And I'm just going to figure out where I want that to be. So I end up cutting a section and I'm putting my photos right over top of that. So I still don't know which paper is going to be my background yet. I haven't truly decided, and I don't know what in the world I'm doing. I decide that I like it a lot over top of the purple paper, but I don't really like the glitter border around it. Like, you know, normally I would figure this would be something I would go for, and normally it is. Like, I don't mind this look at all with the border around it. So instead, I decided to tear the glitter paper. Now, I did a funky little tear right there at the top of the layout, but since that is going to be covered up by the photo strip, I decided that we could just go ahead and leave it, and nobody would even know the difference when they're flipping through my album, unless they start getting in there and tearing the pages apart. Which I'll have a problem with. Like, literally, you go in my albums, I ask you to look at my albums, and you start tearing the page apart to see how I put it together. We're gonna have words. I might ask you to step outside. Might lay some hands on you. No, I'm just joking. I would be like, what the heck are you doing? Get out of my album. So I go into the 6x8 paper pad, and this is a very pink paper pad. So I cut out that little cut apart, and then I have this paper right here that has the black and white, or not the black and white, the gold and black polka dot, and I just decided to add another layer of paper tearing right here. So I'm going to pull this up so that it is layered right here on my layout. And I like where it lands right there, so I go ahead and do the same thing down at the bottom, so it just looks like it is one continuous line. Now I go ahead and put the box right here, and this ends up being the place for my title and embellishment and journaling all in one right here. Now the title is someplace different on the sketch, but you know what? You don't have to follow a sketch exactly. You can do what you want. That's kind of like my motto in life is I do what I want. I have this vellum kind of florally paper right there, and it's not vellum. It's like a plasticky acetate thing. So I trim that down and place that down right there on the top. To kind of represent that circle that is going on there in the sketch. So now I am trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing with my life and what the heck I'm doing with this layout. So I figure that this little piece is definitely going to go right there. And I'm like, what do I want to do? Do I want to tear more paper this direction? I'm like, no, I don't. What I want to do is I want to add some washi tape. Now, since I have the gold and black polka dot, I decided to go with this gold and black kind of fence pattern, like this crisscross pattern. I put the white right on top of that, and then I was trying to figure out if I needed to bring this washi tape anywhere else on the layout. Ultimately, I decided against it. I felt like it didn't need that secondary place for the washi tape. And then I pull out my purple flowers. Now, I am going to overlap a couple different colors of purple right over top of each other, and I'm just going to make a couple of my floral clusters. Now, these are definitely a dated scrapbooking product, you guys. Like, not everybody is using Prima flowers right now, but I have two purposes, right, for using them. One, I have a decent collection of Prima paper flowers that's been sitting in my stash way too long, so I need to use them up. Two, I still love them. I still think they're beautiful. I don't care that they're not the latest and greatest product. I like them. I like them on my layouts, and I liked doing the little purple Nouveau drop in the center of it so much that I'm doing it again on this layout. Like, I already did it once this month, and I'm doing it again because I liked it that much. So do the things you like, right? Like, it doesn't matter if it's the latest and the greatest and the newest, hottest product out there. These paper flowers were latest and greatest at one point in their lives, and they were the hottest product out there. And that's probably why I hoarded them, because they were, and they were so hard to get. Like, we had a Facebook group, and we did this big bulk buy, and we divided up flowers between all the members of our Facebook group, and it was a pain in the tuchus to finally get the woman that we ordered them from to send them to us. So there was probably a little bit of hoarding tendencies from that as well. But now it's time to use it, right? So I'm going to spell out Pandora with these glitter letters, and I did use the glitter gold because I have the little sprinkles of the gold elsewhere on the layout. Now, this would have been the perfect opportunity to use the gold glitter sequence for Brutus Monroe that I love so much in the center of the flowers, because it definitely would have coordinated with the shiny gold places that I have that are all over this layout. But like I said, I loved the fact that that Nouveau drop sat so beautifully in the paper flowers that I had to do it again. Now, I also thought about adding sequins after I did all of these flowers, but then I was like, that might be adding a little bit too much sparkle. Funny, because I thought the center of the flowers, it would be a perfect, the perfect embellishment on the page. But not putting it in the center of the flowers and just sprinkling sequins on the layout, I was like, whoa, Sandy, whoa, you might be going too far. So who knows? I do get my journaling down here on the little card right here. And if you have not had the pleasure of experiencing Pandora in Animal Kingdom down in Walt Disney World, you are definitely missing out. You do ride like through the river, and it's just a nice soft flume ride, and you see all the beautiful things and experience, the sights and the sounds and all that, which is what these photos are from. And then you get to ride the beasts. And like the first time I rode it, it was right after Pandora opened. I cried. I had such an emotional response. I cried. I truly felt like I was flying. And then when I got to take the family back on this trip and we experienced it, I teared up, didn't cry, but it still was amazing. So there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for listening to me babble along. Click the links down below to see everyone else who is playing, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.